So we know how we store data, and I mentioned that this gives you more flexibility, also regarding the storage of relations between different data. Now, in NoSQL, it would be pretty normal to have something like this. Here are 3 collections, and we have some duplicate data in there. We have a users collection, which holds all the details about a user, but then we might have some copy of that data or of a part of that data in an embedded or nested document in another collection. So instead of just matching by ID, as you do it in the SQL world, here you can also depict a relation by embedding data into other documents. You could embed the ID which points at another document so that you still have to merge 2 documents manually, and you'll indeed have to do that pretty manually. But you can also just take the information that is important for you in the context of another document, let's say here some user data for the orders, and you copy that into the orders. And then you have that data right there whenever you fetch all orders, without you having to fetch all orders, then look for the fitting users and fetch them too. And this is part of what makes NoSQL and especially MongoDB so fast and efficient. It really is built to make sure that you query your data in the format you need it, that you store the data in the format you need it, that you don't have to do a lot of merging and so on, but that you can really fetch data in the format you need it without having to combine multiple collections behind the scenes on the server. That being said, you can still do that. Nested and embedded documents are one alternative for depicting relations. References are another one. So here's the embedded document example where the address is part of our customer document. So instead of having 2 collections, customers and addresses, and then matching by ID, here we put the address right into the customer. There also are cases where you would have a lot of data duplication and where you need to work with that data a lot, and hence it would change a lot and you would have to manually update it in all duplicate places, where using embedded documents is not ideal. So, for example, if you have some favorite books for every customer, well, you would have lots of data duplication because a lot of customers might have the same favorite books, and these books might then change a lot. Maybe there is a new edition published, and you would have to go to all customers who have these books as favorites and update the entries for each customer. In such a scenario, it would be easier to still go with 2 collections and only store the references to the books in the customer's documents, and then manually merge that with the books which are managed in a different collection. And over time, you'll get a feeling for which approach you want to follow. I'll show you some examples in this course, and have a look at this complete MongoDB course I did mention, which dives much deeper into that and shows you way more examples that can be helpful to you. So this is the idea here though. We can embed or we can use references, whatever fits the purpose a bit better. And with that, we know how MongoDB generally works, that we have the important thing of not having a schema. Hence, we have more flexibility, no structure is required. And we have fewer data relations because we can relate by embedding. We can still build relations manually with references, as you saw, but you should always know if that is the best approach right now, or if you can use an embedded document with too much work. So these are the NoSQL characteristics and therefore the MongoDB characteristics, and these are also part of the reason why MongoDB is so popular, because of the speed and the flexibility it gives you.